And yeah, okay, we're on. So why am I holding this in the classic silly selfie way? Well, I was filming for to make another video for y'all. I was hoping to put it out during December for my kind of vacation, not quite a month thing, but trying to set up the tripod one day, well, it broke. My phone case has been broken for a while. A wiser man would have said, buy a new tripod, get a new phone case. As we are all about to see, I am not such a man. I'm just going to come out and say it. The Photon's a great little printer. Really is. Not a bad printer at all. But, well, it's got a really tiny build volume. Come on, there we go. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And there's like 3 pieces in there. So 17 pieces I had to hack this thing up to. Figured I'd show a brief picture of them cooking. This isn't even all the pieces. I've still got some there. It's not that many pieces. It's like freaking 8. I don't think it's 18. It's like there's like 17 or something of them. But yeah, I actually broke them free of their supporting structures. That's one of them there in the trash. And now I'm just cooking them for about 3 minutes. I don't know, and then I'm gonna flip them over like pancakes because I don't want them to cure too unevenly if I can avoid it. So yeah. Again, though, neither here nor there. Hopefully, by doing it in like 3-minute increments like that, it'll be strong and cured, but not like warped because it cured unevenly and stuff. I gotta find a better way to do that. Like maybe get some kind of like sphere or like double-sided lamp or something. Okay. What did we learn today? 3-dimensional jigsaw pieces need to be filed down, every single one of them. And yeah, I should really have dovetails. That's what I'm calling these little things here. Like seriously everywhere, more places. Because as you can see, not quite the best put together mold master, but it's a start. The other parts of it will come in on like Monday. They should get here. So I've got a weekend to make this look right, and hopefully, you know, act right. All right, but it's a start. All right, so this jigsaw puzzle is now reasonably well held together. Next step for me is going to be mixing in bits of putty, maybe epoxy, to try and get this thing to a reasonably filled in shape. And then I'll be doing the classic sand and prime until it's as smooth as I can get it. So I've only got to like tomorrow night before hopefully that casting kit arrives. I'd like to have a mold master ready to cast before then. Here we go. So the problem with me making these YouTube videos, like the 12 takes I take when I'm filming it this way, is how can I be myself without being too much for YouTube, even though they're being more reasonable about COPA, and I've got to be just adult enough to say this isn't for kids. Way to make me walk a tightrope, YouTube. Should start trying to walk on this stuff, which I got from the wonderful people at Micromark. They didn't pay me. I bought this all myself. They don't know me from a hole in the wall. I don't know anyone who works there. It's just that they seem to have nice stuff. I got this from them. And, well, to me, it's worked out well so far. So, the heck with it. I'll give them a shout out. Why not? This thing. Oh! Nope, didn't cough doing it that time. Yeah, that's the beauty of multiple takes. Sometimes you get really funny ones. So, these leg things and a saw in there. And of course, in use, it's a pumping action. A cylindrical pumping thing between 2 leg-looking things. But normally you have a workpiece here, and the idea is that you're supporting the workpiece all around and on the legs so that you actually can really precisely control where that saw goes. Make many beautiful shapes. Take it all as you will. Also got myself some nice things. This is debonder to get rid of super glue, because I got myself a super glue applicator that I'm going to use to try to better do my pieces with. This is like a very precise plastic glue applicator I might find use in. And these are higher quality tweezers than I have right now. Because these guys... I have it, suck. Where'd it go? Where? Hold on, wait, can I? There we go. Maybe. Yay, there it is. You can see the horror. I can get it sort of a grip, but it's a goddamn tightrope. It's a tightrope to hold things with this. I'm hoping that those won't do it. Plus, you know, it's got a Proposition 65 warning. All the good stuff has Proposition 65 warnings. There's the cough. There's the cough. Okay. I can't edit it in to put it over that, but I'll leave that one in there. Now, speaking of quality seals of approval, well, I think this one should probably have... Yep, this one's got a California Prop 65 warning as well. So I guess this is a redeeming quality as well. But this, I owe these guys a bit of an apology. Is this thing not, like, probably focusing? Focus. Dude, there we go. Wait, sort of. Yeah. Doesn't want to focus today. The hell with it. So, I've used it to fill in gaps here. It is preserving my good putty, so I can actually make this into a good-looking mold master. And as long as I let it dry a long time in between applications, it seems to work pretty well. So, owe you guys an apology. I have one use for your product. Alright. So, much like that boat hull, which got sanded and polished and sanded over several layers, I don't need to go that far with this. This is more practical and a test piece than anything else. But I think I've done pretty good on this side. Okay. I'd have to, like, sand and polish and sand and polish and sand and polish to really bring all that nice smoothness up. But this was made with 17 pieces. It doesn't look like it was made with 17 pieces now. I call that a win. Within reason. Alright, so now... the question is, how do I make a mold for this? Well, the wifey's going to handle the hot glue for gun, getting the hot glue for the hot glue gun. But I got to somehow cajole this to fit into a mold. But it's about 1 a.m. at this point. I think I might want to go to bed. So, next time I film this, it'll probably be tomorrow. Enjoy. And then I just had to get closer to done. So in all the other videos on this subject I've seen on YouTube, they make a mold thing, I guess, of like out of foam core. And then they place this, their piece somehow in it. Maybe with clay, maybe not. And what they do is they try to, they make it so that the thing, sits in there nicely. And then they can pour their, like, thing over the top or something. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. Now, I can't seal these with the hot glue, so I've got to try a different tactic. Oh, well. Here's to hoping this works out right. Alright, so, again, still the same nights, because, well, when it comes to making little projects like this, well, I guess I can best put it in a song. There's a monkey jumping on my back, and I want that little fucker off. So, here's what I've done. I've got this I've put this plasticine clay that they've, this is plastiline or something that they've, provided with their kit. So I can have these kind of flatter areas so I can make a second mold half later that'll go kind of on top of this. Let me, that way I can have, this kind of main bottom shell nicely formed and then the top shell sort of fit into it and register and all that. But, yeah. You'll notice something right quick. This phone case got a little undercut in it. Bottom molder, straight pull. Yeah, we gonna do straight pull if the mold's kind of grabbing. Well, I thought a little about that. Way I see it, I'm gonna try to do this mold in kind of 3 pieces. So there's going to be this top piece. There's going to be a majority inside piece, right? But then there's going to be like a third piece that fills in just that bit to the undercut. And that way I'll put that third piece, those two pieces, this piece that goes here, and then these two pieces, right? I'll kind of form the bottom, right? And then I'll have this kind of be my top piece, sort of. So I guess I'll have to put some kind of pouring spout or something in here to make it all work out. Okay. Well, this is me. I'm going to have to add a little pouring spout, I guess. Alright. Peace out for now. Okay, so while the hot glue cools down, I'm going to have to make about 3 or 4 cups of the mold stuff there. I'm going to have to read that fairly carefully. And I'm going to have to, pour it all in here. Now, this I plan on using as my filling spout. This I plan on using as a vent. And on the other side, I'm going to have a kind of more complicated sprue system. Because this is going to end up being like a 3-piece mold because of that undercut that's in there. You know, you've got the cross-section of the phone that's kind of like this. Yeah, well, that's an undercut. You're not going to want to pull that out nicely, so that's why I'm going to make an undercut section. So, a wiser man would say, you know what, let's just buy the tripod. But to resurrect an old catchphrase, oh, why not? It's fun! Alright, so the beginnings of my first mold. So, yep, I had to fill up that mixing cup, and there it is. And I pour it in so I essentially had to pour in about a cup worth of each of those 2 parts. And there's only 2 cups in each of those containers, so I'm going to need more mold agent. But yeah, so at about 2 in the morning, this will be about done curing, and maybe I'll be able to just jiggle it free before I go to work tomorrow or something, and then I'll see if it actually works or not. But until then, peace out. Okay, so after that curing and a little bit of digging things out today, well, except for this bit of clay here. Alright, there's that. And can I get this out too? Pretty please. Well, I'll find some way to get all that clay there out. Do it on camera, maybe. Knives are our friends. Yay. Okay. As we can see, yep, all the nice places are all nicely filled in. Now I have the question of, how do I really want to do this? Because I thought I was going to see how there's this undercut here? My original thought was, let's just make this a couple of separate pieces. And that way, you know, we have like this area up here becomes kind of a bottom. And then we have a sort of, and then we have a kind of insert piece that goes into it. But now I'm wondering if that's the best way to do it. Because I'm also wondering how I'm going to get, you know, things to fill in and all that stuff. Alright, well, I'm going to have to think on that a little and do a little bit of a side wall trimming here, as you can see, and squaring off with some stuff. But so far, so good. Although I've used like half of my molding material because life. And, you know, this is venting off of, well, the actual piece stuck in there right now. I could probably yank it out if I really wanted. Yes, I can. Awesome. Alright, well, I'm going to play around with this and see what I can get. Peace out! And it seems that I made a bit much this time of the resin, so here's my kind of insert piece. I plan on kind of molding around after to make my kind of top bit, or rather, bottommost piece of the mold later. And, but yeah, there's my insert bit, and now it's going to cure in place, hopefully. But I had extra, so I figured I'd do my little experiment. So I've poured this into the boat hull. Kind of using the boat hull as a mold for this stuff. And what I'm hoping is this will keep its structure well enough and mold into this thing perfectly enough to get a much better fit when I go cutting it to pieces to make the next sets of decks. I think I'll even try, I've even got some left in here, so I might as well try to do some of these. Alright. This is how we learn some stuff. Peace out. So here we are, once again. Got my mold set up to make what will be the third piece of this mess. I've already covered this with the mold release and let it dry. Fingers crossed. Let's go mix up the stuff and get it going. Okay, so you'll notice that a corner of this quote-unquote case is missing. That is because, well, I had some troubles with the mold. That's okay. You'll also see that I've nicely put it in there. I now have a functioning tripod again, which means you got a YouTube channel again. Alright, so we've got a YouTube channel again, ladies and gents. Yes, that means I can get back to the previous things now of making models. Now that I've got that resin casting bit in my toolkit. What happened, I think, is that this mold wasn't quite perfect. Like, maybe you can see it. It was right here, actually, that it was leaking out of. That is actually corresponding with the area of the phone that was messed up. So, I think that leak and how I tried to address it by compressing it in a bit too much, I bet you that's what happened and made it, not want to hold together well. So, I guess I could, if I really wanted to try it and push it, that I could try to, hack some stuff up, make some things maybe fit a little better. But really, my best bet would be to do another mold. I learned some lessons. I learned some useful lessons, Do it this way, not from like a top-down kind of thing, but rather from a sort of a side, I guess, in a sense. If I'm going to do a three-piece with this kind of side thing, I'm going to need some kind of retention mechanism built in here other than, like, super glue. Which is what I used. Did I even take this apart with the super glue, or have I... Oh! Maybe not. Neat. No, I got some super glue having a good grip there. Okay. Oh, well, that's life. Either way, I learned something, so that's a good thing. So, anyways... Yeah, I guess, might have hinted at it a bit earlier, but besides this, besides the tripod broke while I was filming some bits. Holidays aren't the best time of year for me, but holidays are starting to wrap up a bit, and I'm starting to feel a little better about life. So, yeah. Hopefully the next video doesn't take like 2 frickin' months. Alright then. Sorry about the long wait. Oh, one more thing. So, after my previous video, my whole big song and dance about let's make longer content for sake of COPA and working our way around that, YouTube put out a little something saying that they were going to be halfway reasonable about stuff. And they were, weren't going to just, if someone used a cartoon character or did something that might interest kids, they were going to be sane and say it doesn't mean it's for kids. Case in point, I'm pretty sure I've sworn more than once in this video. So, looks like we're going to get closer to the old schedule. It might be for some more spacing than originally from videos. Might be every other week than every week. But, that's better than once a month, I think. So, I'm going to get back to this here Dreadnought. I'm going to enjoy this here scotch, and you guys enjoy. Alright. Boom. Okay. So, just put this phone here on my desk and hope it records good. And I'm going to try my hand at, again, voicing this all over. So you see I'm adding in various bits. This is going to be a bed for one of the rooms. I think this is the sleeping cabin for the Chief of Staff. And I just broke out that capillary action glue applicator that I bought along with those nice kind of bent end tweezers. And now I'm just using that thing to apply a little bit of the glue. And I actually am using it the wrong way. You're supposed to actually load it from behind and then drip it onto pieces. There I am. I'm using a new set of snips I got as well. Here I am showing off all my new toys. and using those bent end tweezers to kind of fold things into position and whatnot. And there I am making that chair, fold, 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 and then place somewhere. And I'm also going to use in a moment that super glue applicator I mentioned to this thing fell to apply super glue to various things. And there I am just using the tweezers to try and hold a piece, I think a chair, just so I can kind of file some things down and make it sit better under a desk. Just so I can give the what is it, chief of staff I'm giving his cabin now, giving them the what is it? Giving them the their desk and their figure they ought to have something in their bedroom. I might as well give them like a small desk, and I'm gonna eventually give a bigger desk and a bigger other thing as well. Sorry, bit of brain fog here. Oh well, that's left. There I am. I just used the tweezers and the super glue applicator to try and put down the glue. You know what I'm wondering now is, would I do better with one of those GoPros or something? I mean, really, it's head mounted, but that's neither here nor there. That might be a fun project to try and arrange. Might not be. I'd have to see. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. So, yep, there I am cutting out other pieces and folding things over. So a thing I learned about the photo etching, by the way, to get better results, is I've actually been building my little masks, I guess, are wrong. What I should have been doing is putting them ink side towards the developer. Okay, there what I did is I actually removed one of those plastic walls I put in just so I'd have just enough room to put this piece of brass that I've got folded up in, so I can use it like a bathtub, because that's the I think chief of staff's wash cabinet or bathroom. So there I am, and there I'm using the glue applicator I got again. There's my sleeve in the way because I can't set up a camera right apparently. And there I am just again moving things back in there. I'm gonna struggle to get that thing being a bathtub into position before using that super glue applicator again to very nicely put the thin super glue into position. I got the thin super glue because I knew it would wick into tight spaces and allow me to use little super glue but get good results. Trying to keep my floor reasonably smooth looking and keep things reasonably pretty as I go about this. So yeah, there's all that. And there I am again folding up a chair using the this time just using those snips to try and cut things to an appropriate size so that chair will fit under a desk. That, or I'm fitting it under there to use as a toilet, which yeah, that's fine. Yep, I'm using it as a toilet. That's okay. I did that for the another washroom on this boat as well. And there I am just wiping off the applicator so it doesn't get too bad. And just fidgeting with the camera just because I think it's off. I think it was off for most of this, but well, we can still see what's going on here. So, yep, there I am cutting out this. I'm not sure if this is going to be the desk or is this going to end up being the shelf in that guy's cabin. Guess that's the shelf. So as I've done with other shelves, I fold up one of those things that I originally set up as an ammo box, and I put a piece of plastic in the side. So I had previously tried to make a piece that was a that you could fold out to be a shelf, but yeah, it didn't work out so good for these. So I was kind of forced to go the other route of just again using plastic, which is okay. It works. It's a little bit fiddly, but it does in fact work. And I'm just using some super glue debonder to clean up my applicator, I believe. And then I think I must be thinking of something, just looking at stuff. Wonder what's the next move. There we go. Got to get a close look at everything while it's off the camera. Yeah, I really should get that heads-up camera going. Might be my next project. I don't know. We'll have to see. But there I am. I'm looking at that chief of staff thing. I probably was thinking there is, how exactly do I want to do this? And I think I decided on using one of my long desk things that I had, making that and having it be 2 chairs there, and having that be the day cabin for the chief of staff. So I don't even know what a chief of staff did on a boat. I guess I'm making it look like he's kind of like a principal or something.
I actually do something I think is a little neat here, where I have the chairs down, but then I actually take two figures and I have them like shaking hands. Or that's what I try to have set up. I'll see how it looks like when we cover it in paint in the next episode of this, but I figured I'd mention it now, so you gotta get an idea of how I'm trying to put things on there. So yep, there we go. There's one chair, fold it up, cut down the leg pieces to make it fit in better. Lament that my phone cannot seem to focus on things. Oh, please regain focus, you darn horrible thing. Oh, great. Well, I'm gonna have to do a bit of editing here. Hold on just a sec. And oh me, of little faith. It was only 5 more seconds of the blurriness before cutting in. And looks like I'm just about out of the footage that I made to, get this video to even where it is now. So just want to briefly say, sorry for the jarring change in format and quality. As I've mentioned, holiday is not the best time of year for me, and not only that, but the camera tripod broke and made this whole thing a lot harder to do. So what I end up doing is making a couple of guys in that chief of staff's cabin, shaking hands, thinking to myself, maybe the chief of staff's like the boat principal or something. I have no idea what these officers do. You could tell me the chief of staff just put the flag in the flagpole, and if you said it convincingly enough, I'd probably believe you. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So I hope this video is acceptable to y'all. I plan on upping the release schedule because, again, YouTube apparently wants to be reasonable about Copa. And I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope to be back real soon with the next section of this. All right, enjoy. Peace out.